Hello friends, and today we can discuss from AS3 cash flow statement practical question number 4. Complete theory part related to AS3 and all the illustrations and practical question number 1 we discussed in the previous class. Today we can discuss the practical question number 4. After completion of this, still two problems are left, 2 and 3. We can discuss remaining 2-3 problems also we can discuss after completion of fourth one. Okay, fourth one, of course, it is a simple sum, no great adjustments are there. Let us see that. ABC Limited has given you the following information. You are required to prepare cash flow statement by using indirect method as per AS3. Indirect method means you may take net profit as per balance sheet, or you may take profit after tax or profit before tax. Anyone you can take. The profit whatever you take according to the taken profit, you need to handle that. Okay, I said that if you take the profit as per balance sheet, if you take that, all appropriations to be adjusted, even P&L items also to be adjusted, non-cash and non-operating items. No sir, I used to take not before appropriations, I used to take only after tax. Only provision for tax should be added, P&L non-cash non-operating items to be adjusted, appropriations items need not to adjust. No sir, I used to take PBT, profit before tax. Profit before tax means even appropriations, even tax is also need not to adjust. Only non-cash items and non-operating items in P&L to be withdrawn. Tax paid should be deducted. That's all. So any profit you may take it, no problem. The profit which you take, so accordingly you have to solve the sum. Okay. Look at that. How the items are given one by one. ABC Limited given you following information, and you are required to prepare a cash flow statement of according to AS3 for the year ended 31st March 2011. So therefore put the heading cash flow statement of ABC Limited for the year ending 31st March 2011. Cash flow from operating activities, indirect method, not possible here to work out by the direct method. Cash flow from investing activity, financing activity, and whatever the accounting work required, and you may have the working notes, otherwise not necessary. So here great working notes not required at all, because no great adjustments are given. Look at that. First of all, capital in the beginning and ending it is very similar, 50 lakhs, which means there is no any issue of capital during this year. Simply just ignore it. Retained earnings 26 lakh 50,000 in the beginning, at the end 36 lakhs 90,000. There is increase of certain retained earnings, which is the difference. I can say after all the appropriations of current year, whatever the P&L balance is left, that should be transferred to the reserve and surplus. The difference I can say P&L balance after all the appropriations. If you take that difference as a net profit as per balance sheet, which is after all the appropriations, you can start with that one also, there is no any problem. But appropriations also should be adjusted if you take this. Okay. Debentures in the beginning 0, end of the period 9 lakhs. So debentures are issued 9 lakhs. It is a financing activity. It is to be shown as a financing activity. Trade payable 8 lakh 80,000 in the beginning, 8 lakh 20,000 at the end. There is a decrease of 60,000. Current liability increase inflow, decrease outflow. So 60,000 trade payable decrease in current liability, which is outflow. It should be shown as a change in working capital effect. When you do the operating activity in the indirect method, we know that after adding the depreciation, non-cash items and non-operating items, you have to work out change in working capital after the tax to be paid. While taking change in working capital, the trade payable increase, just like it is a outflow 60,000. Bank loan 1,50,000 at the end, it is looking like 3 lakhs. If nothing is adjustments is given, we can say 1,50,000 bank loan raised during this year. It is a financing activity, 1,50,000. 3,30,000 liability for expenses and 2,70,000 rupees at the end, which is liability for expenses, nothing but outstanding expenses. So outstanding expenses it is decreased by 60,000, and current liability is decreased, and I can say outflow again 60,000 rupees outflow. It is also to be taken at the place of change in working capital. Dividend payable 1,50,000 and end of the period 3 lakhs. If nothing is mentioned, I can say that dividend payable of the last year, whatever the dividend payable of the last year, paid during this year, what is the dividend payable is looking at the current year, that is declared through P&L appropriation. Normally we assume that. If something is specially mentioned, you may have the account also for that. Here there is some additional information provided, so that I would like to take this. Okay, right. All the liabilities are clear. Is it clear, all the liabilities? Go back to the assets. 27 lakhs 30,000 in the beginning. At the end of the period it is 40 lakhs 70,000. Okay, so if you check the plant and machinery, there is increase. If nothing is mentioned, and I can say the difference is to be treated like a purchases during the period. Purchases during the period. The difference in the they are following the provision for depreciation method. In the provision for depreciation method, entire depreciation we have to keep in the provision account. Asset always recorded at the historical cost. So therefore, if you compare the opening closing, there is some increase. That increase, I can say, cash paid for purchase of fixed assets, it should be shown as a investing activity. And moreover, if you 6 lakhs 10,000, it looks like at the end of the period 7 lakh 90,000, 1 lakh 80,000 increase in depreciation, provision for depreciation. That's what we can say current year depreciation, 1 lakh 80,000 rupees. If nothing is mentioned, like something sales or like that, no adjustments are given, I can say difference is a purchases during this year and finance investing activity. The difference between a provision is simply depreciation of current year. Moreover, when you do the operating activity in the indirect manner, the depreciation should be added back, 1 lakh 80,000. Come to the current assets. Trade receivable 23 lakh 90,000 and 23 lakh 80,000, opening and closing, and provision also given in the opening and as well as closing. Provision for bad debt, importantly, you may write in the as a minus figure from the trade receivable. No doubt it is an operating item, and you also may write in the liability side also. Very importantly, here one adjustment is given here, 2 lakhs 30,000 bad debts written off during this year. That is adjusted against the provision made. Bad debt written off entry, bad debt to debtor. Whenever it is adjusted to the provision for bad debt to bad debt. Okay. In fact, bad debt written off is a non-cash item. Therefore, that should be withdrawn. That should be withdrawn means bad debt to debtor means the closing debtor is reduced. If you would like to withdraw closing debtor, it should be added back. And it is charged to the provision account, provision for bad debt to bad debt. If it is not charged, the provision should be more. So it should be added back to the closing provision. So whatever the bad debts written off, it should be added back to the closing debtor. It should be added back to the closing provision for bad debts. That's all. I repeat once again. Opening debtor, closing debtors, and opening provision for bad debt, closing provision for bad debts given. Provision for bad debt is anticipated loss, no doubt. Okay. This provision for bad debt you can show like a deduction from the debtors, or you may show like in the liability side also, no problem. Operating item, this is undoubtedly. But here is some adjustments. You may see that some bad debts is written off like something to 2 lakh 30,000, and it is adjusted against the provision given. Bad debts account data to debtors account entry written, and that is adjusted to the against provision for bad debt to bad debt account. But the thing is, bad debt written off is a non-cash item. It should be withdrawn in the cash flow statement. So therefore, bad debt to debtor means debtor closing debtor decreased, add back it. Bad debt is adjusted against the provision and provision reduced, add back to the provision also. That's all, simply, right? Next, cash marketable securities. Both are cash equivalents, very simple. Come back to the inventory. Inventory, if you check it, opening and closing, there is a decrease in inventory. So increase in inventory outflow, decrease in inventory inflow. So there is a 90,000 inflow. Prepaid expenses 90 changed as 1 lakh 20. Current asset increase by 30,000 prepaid expense, which is outflow. That can be taken as a part of operating activity. Very clear, whatever the balance sheet items, and already completely I explained how each and every item to be taken. Come back to the adjustments right now. 1. Net profit for the year ended 31st 2011 after charging depreciation 1 lakh 80,000 is 22 lakh 40,000. So this is what 22 lakh net profit, you may take 22 lakh 40,000 here. But very importantly, this profit is before appropriations. Before appropriations, how do we say? Let us see that. In the dividend payable, how much dividend appropriated here through P&L? Let us check it. Obviously, out of 22 lakh 40,000, if you appropriate amount, if it is being deducted, and that should be equal to the net profit which is given as per balance sheet. Okay, if you take the net profit as per balance sheet, the dividend payable also should be adjusted. Dividend payable through a P&L appropriation should be added back, and it paid should be deducted from the financing activity. But no sir, I want to take this net profit 22 lakh 40,000, and which is before appropriations, and then whatever the dividend appropriated need not to adjust here because it is taken before appropriations. We can cross check that one also. Okay. And lastly, trade payable to trade receivable 2 lakh 30,000 were determined worthless like a bad debts and adjusted against the provision for bad debt. This is what already said. Bad debts 2 lakh 30,000 which is written off. It is a non-cash item adjusted to provision. So it is to be removed. So add back to the debtors, add back to the provision. ABC Limited declared a dividend for the current year through P&L appropriation 12 lakhs. Current year dividend declaration. Right. Very simple to work out the cash flow statement, but I would like to complete this only one particular account. Let us say the dividend payable how much given in the beginning. 1,50,000. Buy balance brought down. 1,50,000. Two balance carry down. 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs. How much declared during this year through P&L appropriation? P&L appropriation to dividend. In the dividend by P&L appropriation through P&L appropriation, how much it is given? Dividend is appropriated during this year 12 lakhs. And balancing amount I can say it is paid off to cash. Balancing figure. Therefore we can say here credit total it is looking 13,50,000. 13,50,000. This is 10,50,000. And obviously the dividend paid should be shown as a financing activity. But very importantly, the dividend declared through P&L account, whether it is to be added or not. Only the thing, if you take this particular 22,50,000, which is before appropriations, 22,40,000, and that then this is need not to be adjusted. No sir, I want to take the net profit as per balance sheet. You can cross check the net profit as per balance sheet, which is 26 lakhs 50,000, 36 lakhs 90,000. Difference between both of them. Difference between both of them, if you check it through calculator, it would be 10 lakh 40,000. That net profit as per balance sheet. Then means appropriation of dividend declaration is done. The dividend is a financing activity. Dividend declared should be added back. So, and this amount 12 lakhs should be added back. 10 lakh 40 plus 12 lakh, it would be 22 lakh 40,000. Again, it will be same 22 lakh 40,000 here. What is given? So, if you want to take the 22 lakh 40,000. And the dividend which is appropriated need not to be added. Okay. Now sir, I want to take the net profit as per balance sheet, then it should be added. Both are same of course. Okay. Right. Therefore, I want to take that net profit 22 lakh 40,000 as it is given. Operating activities, net profit 22 lakh 40,000. 22 lakh 40,000. And I would like to non-cash items and non-operating items I have to withdraw. First of all, depreciation. Add depreciation. Add depreciation on assets. Very clear that depreciation on assets, we checked it already. Difference between the last year and current year provision, it look provision for depreciation. Looking 1,80,000. That is a current year depreciation. Add back that. Depreciation should be added back. You can say this is 24 lakhs 20,000. 24 lakhs 20,000. There are no any non-operating items and non-cash items to adjust here. So this is what we can say cash flow from operating activities. Cash flow from operating activities before working capital change. And you can say here sum of the items to be added, sum of the items to be deducted, change in working capital effect. And I will check it one by one here. First I want to trade payable. Trade payable 8,80,000, it is right now 8,20,000. 60,000 current liability decreased, which is outflow. Decrease in trade payable. $60,000 outflow, decrease in trade payable outflow. Next, liability for expenses, it is also decreased by 60,000 outflow, decrease in liability for expenses. Decrease in liability for expenses outflow by 60,000 it is also. Okay, that's all. And come to the asset side. When you come to the asset side, you can and check it, trade receivable and provision, you have to see that. Next, inventory also check it. First, inventory 20 lakh 10, it is right now 19 lakh 20. Decrease in inventory, decrease in inventory is inflow. Okay, decrease in inventory, it is inflow, which means add item 90,000. Prepaid expenses 90, it is changed as 1 lakh 20. It is a prepaid current asset increased by 30, which is outflow. Increase in prepaid expense, which is outflow by rupees 30,000. And lastly, debtors. And while taking the debtors, I said that if you see that closing data 28 lakh 30,000, but if you bad debts 2 lakhs 30,000 to be adjusted back, bad debt written off, due to bad debts written off it is reduced, but that is to be removed. 28 lakh 30,000 plus and 2 lakh 30,000, the resulting amount we can say 30 lakh 60,000 closing debtors. So closing debtors 30 lakh 60,000, if bad debts withdrawn, closing debtors is increased when you compare to opening. Current asset increase, which is outflow. Okay, increase in current asset, which is outflow. There is increase in trade receivable right within brackets. What was the trade receivable? 28 lakh 30,000. For 28 lakh 30,000 we should add how much? 2 lakhs 30,000, and it would be 30 lakh 60,000. Closing debtors, if you withdraw the bad debts, it should be compared with opening debtors and opening trade receivable 23 lakh 90,000. 23 lakh 90,000. Okay, and the difference is looking 6 lakh 70,000. 6 lakhs 70,000. Okay, and even provision for bad debts also, closing provision for bad debt also to be increased, and opening provision for bad debt 1 lakh 50, closing 1 lakh 90. But if bad debts, because it is adjusted to the provision, if it is withdrawn, 2 lakh 30,000 should be added, otherwise it would be 4 lakh 20. So that it is like a current liability. You may write in the assets deduction, or you may write in the liability side also, like increase in current liability, which is inflow. Increase in provision for bad debts, increase in provision for bad debt, and if you add back to the provision bad debts to the closing provision for bad debt, it would be 4 lakh 20,000. Compare with opening. Check it, what is the opening provision for bad debt? 1 lakh 50,000. 1 lakh 50,000. The resulting amount is 2 lakh 70,000. So while taking the change in working capital, two items to be added, these two, after addition of these two items, the resulting amount 27 lakh 80,000. 27 lakh 80,000. But if you check that subtract items, there are 4 subtraction items. If you add all of them, the resulting amount 8 lakh 20,000. And if you write that 8,20,000 is reduced, the net amount you may say 19,60,000, write in outer column. 19,60,000 which is inflow. There is no any information related to tax. Therefore, what we can say, this is net cash flow from operating activities. Net cash flow from operating activities 19,60,000. Next, cash flow from investing activities, purchase of assets and investments, sale of assets and investments, and interest dividend received. Interest dividend received, nowhere you can see here. No information related to investments, but there is only fixed assets change is looking, it's look like that the cash paid for purchase of plant and machinery. Only one activity, cash paid for purchase of plant and machinery. Okay, then write within the brackets 40,70,000 closing minus opening 27,30,000. Opening 27,30,000. The difference is cash paid for purchase of plant and machinery 13,40,000. That's all. There is no any other items except this. So therefore, write in the outer column 13,40,000. This is what we can say net cash flow from investing activities. Net cash flow from investing activities. Okay, and come back to the cash flow from financing activity. And we could see that there is no any change in the capital. It was in the beginning and as well as at the end it was same. But if you check the bank loan, there is an increase, 1,50,000 increase by 3 lakhs increase. So bank loan raised during the period 1,50,000. Bank loan raised during the period 1,50,000. And you also check opening debentures 0, closing 9 lakhs. So cash received by the issue of debentures, cash received by issue of debentures 9 lakhs. 9 lakhs. And no any financing activities except these two, but there is a dividend paid should be taken, not declared. Which is declared should be added back, paid should be deducted here. But declared is not added back here. Why? Because we have taken before appropriation profit. If after appropriation profit taken and that should be added, this should be deducted here. Therefore, dividend paid during this year we can say 10,50,000. And therefore, in the outer column we can say nil. This is what we can say net cash flow from financing activities. Financing activities. Out of all these three, the net result we can say 6,20,000 inflow. Add opening cash and cash equivalents, which is marketable securities. If you check that opening 15,20,000 plus 11,80,000, 15,20,000 plus 11,80,000, the resulting is 27 lakhs. 27 lakhs. Therefore, closing cash and cash equivalents, it is equal to 33,20,000. 33,20,000. You also may check that 18,20,000 plus 15 lakhs. 18,20,000 plus 15 lakhs. Closing cash balance and marketable securities. 18,20,000 plus 15 lakhs, resulting amount 33,20,000. And this is the simple way to solve this practical question number 4. Okay, still 2 questions are left. 2 as well as 3 we can discuss them in the next class. Okay, bye.